Yo, what's going on, guys? Terrorizer here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have two of the easiest and broken builds in Monster Hunter World. These are two builds that I'm not just calling easy and broken though, however. Through a lot of research that I've done and just being around the Monster Hunter World scene for a very long time, these are two builds that are always contested to be some of the strongest builds in Monster Hunter World. Not for the fact of a ton of damage. These are builds that factor in like how easy they are to use, how much damage that they're dealing. Really, they just trivialize the fights. Whether you're by yourself or with teammates, these builds are absolutely ridiculous. But what's funny is they both happen to be Bowgun builds. I haven't really gone over Bowgun builds a lot on the channel, and well, I just wanted to show them off because I felt like it was time to highlight these two builds. One I actually have highlighted before in an older video on this channel, but I wanted to do it more justice because it's one of my favorite builds. It's a very comfortable build in this game. It's just the perfect build that's like extreme offense and defense. Absolutely crazy. So without further ado, let's hop in and talk about the light bowgun build. This is the build that I have not actually covered on the channel yet. But first, I'd like to talk about the sponsor of today's video, tomtoc. As many of you know, I previously had the pleasure of showing off these awesome Monster Hunter bags with an unboxing I did in my Immortal build video. I previously highlighted the awesome Palico and Palamute bags, but I also showed off the well done steak bag, which came in its very own collectible item box. I'll have a link down below so you can see the unboxing for yourself. But today I bring you even better news with these amazing bags. tomtoc is having a 20% off sale going on for their entire Monster Hunter collection from the 18th of March to the 31st of March. I'll have links in the description down below so you can pick up some awesome Monster Hunter gear at a great discount. But as you can see, these bags are amazing due to their neat compact size, making them the perfect traveling companion for those who are on the move in their daily life. I highly recommend these bags as they come in all shapes and sizes, making sure you can find the one that is the perfect fit for you. And again, as of the day of the upload of this video, the sale starts today and is only lasting until the 31st of March. So follow the links down below if you want to pick up one of these awesome bags, but more importantly, save 20% off on your purchase. Thank you, tomtoc, for giving me the opportunity to review these awesome Monster Hunter bags once again. Now let's get back to the builds of the video and go over why this first one is so overpowered in the first place. So the first build of this video is a light bowgun sticky ammo build. You are primarily only firing sticky ammo. So for those who don't know, sticky ammo does a fixed amount of damage to a monster no matter where it lands, and it also is boosted by things like attack boost and stuff like that. But what's more important is that sticky ammo actually has stun potential. Every time you land a sticky shot near the monster's head, you will be dealing stun damage for a potential knockout over the course of the quest. You can get like 3 to 4 knockouts per quest. If your teammates aren't pulling their weight, you could get 5 maybe. But this is a super broken build, and I think that the idea here is just that it is such a mobile build while still dealing really good damage, although it is a fixed amount of damage. But this build is just a monster in team play. If you have one person just using this light bowgun sticky ammo build, your quest will go by so fast you will not believe it. But to cap it off, it really is about a good amount of damage. You can get a ton of knockouts, you are very mobile, putting you at less risk for anything, and the playstyle is just so easy. You don't even need to be hitting the head. If you can just land a shot anywhere on the monster, you're dealing a fixed amount of damage. Good job. Let's talk about the actual setup of the light bowgun build, and as for the heavy bowgun build, or both of them anyways, I'm going to have the very meta build set up for them, but I'm also including a very budget way to get into these builds to see if you even like them in the first place. They're kind of a barrier to entry build if you have gotten at least a decent bit into the end game of Iceborne. Not even the end game really, just hitting the guiding lands provides access to all the equipment you need to get a very starter version of the builds that actually holds up pretty well, as you can see by some of the footage and gameplay in this video. So anyways, meta build or budget build, it's yours for the taking. So starting off with the first of the two really broken bowgun builds, we have the meta sticky light bowgun, or that's just what I named it, of course. So starting with the feet, we are using the Dragon Feet Beta Plus, but you can see ahead of time it is 4 pieces of Fatalis. Like I said, this is very meta. We will go over the barrier to entry build in a second, but this has evade window level 1. Every single piece of the Fatalis also comes with 3 level 4 decoration slots on the right, as you can see. so we can speed this process up a little bit. This comes with Critical Eye level 2. Critical Eye is actually kind of useless on this build, but to get the Fatalis secret skill unlock, we need to be wearing 4 pieces. So we have the Dragon Claws, of course. This has Weakness Exploit. This also has Weakness Exploit with Evade Window level 1, which is actually very handy on this build, by the way. But capping off the armor for the build, we are using the Rhymeguard Helm Gamma. This is one of the better endgame pieces of equipment in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. It has Coalescence level 3, so it just completely caps out that skill. Plus it has Resuscitate level 1. So we are using these Safi's Aqua Shots. We have the custom mods of 2 recoil suppressors and 2 evading reloads. I will go over them in a second. But as for the awakened abilities in the bottom right, we have, I don't know, attack increase 26 when you add it all up together. But yeah, we are just going straight raw damage on this build. It's extremely good for the sticky. But in terms of actual augmentations, we are using an attack increase level 1 and a health regen level 1, of course, the good stuff. You don't see the attack increase augment a lot, and this is one of the rare cases where you probably would want to go for it. But of course, we are also using the Challenger Charm 5. This has level 5 Agitator, one of the best defensive skills in the game. I will be a broken record on that. And for the mantles, you can use whatever you like, honestly. The Rocksteady and Temporal obviously are everybody's comfort mantles, or maybe not so obvious to everybody. But these are the 2 mantles I always want to rock if I just want to turn my brain off, especially with a build like this. So coming into the Bowgun custom mods, we are using 2 recoil suppressors. You can see on the right, our sticky ammo 3 has a recoil as average, but that is only because we are using these recoil suppressors. If I was to take off one, it would go back to high and then even to very high without any of them. So it is very, very crucial that you have 2 recoil suppressors. We also have 2 evading reload. The maximum capacity of our clip on the sticky ammo 3 is 2 shots. So every single time we do an evading reload, we just reload our entire clip, which therefore bypasses the really long reload on the sticky light bowgun. But going into the decorations, we are super decked out on very meta decorations. A lot of you won't have these. Like I said, very meta build. This is like super min-maxing for endgame. We will have the barrier to entry builds right after this, so you can even see if you like the builds. They're actually pretty potent though, because I will have some gameplay to show along with them. But for the rest of the video, feel free to pause on these decoration screens so you can take a look at them. But honestly, getting the attack jewels is probably the hardest thing. You do get one for free as you progress through Iceborne, but the rest aren't too bad. Maybe the True Shot jewel, but I can't actually remember off the top of my head. But going into the actual skills that we're using, we are using the Fatalis, so we get the Fatalis Legend 2 and 4. The Inheritance removes the skill level cap for secret skills, and Transcendus grants us True Spare Shot, so we can shoot for free a lot of the time, and we also get 100 health and stamina just indefinitely, permanently, so very good. We are, of course, using Attack Boost level 7, granting us attack plus 21. That is true raw attack. And we also get 5 affinity, but that's not really necessary here. Agitator also just grants us a lot of attack when the monster is enraged, so some really good stuff there. Artillery level 5 strengthens sticky ammo, as you can see at the top. It increases it by a whole 50%, so some really good stuff there as well. Divine Blessing level 5 is also one of the better defensive skills in the game. Of course, the broken record on that again. Next, we have Evade Window level 4. This greatly increases our invulnerability window. Very good for the evading reload, which is very crucial on light bowgun sticky ammo builds. Next, we have Peak Performance, increases attack when our health is full, and that is 20 true raw damage. So very important there as well. Coalescence is also an attack up skill. This is just something that you get from recovering from an ailment. Very good. And next we have Critical Eye and Weakness Exploit level 2. These skills are actually pretty much useless on this build. It's just that these are coming from the pieces of Fatalis that we needed to get us our Fatalis Legend 2 and 4. But we are moving on to Special Ammo Boost level 2. This is a super great skill. Increases the power of Bowgun Special Ammo, which increases the power of our bowgun, our light bowgun Wyvern mines, yeah, I'm just gonna play a clip of it here. So it increases the attack power of that by a whole 20%. This only takes 2 points to actually get on our build, as you can see in the bottom right. Next, we have Slugger level 1. This is just kind of extra. We are able to get 20% extra stun power because sticky ammo does come with stun damage on them. So sticky ammo builds literally knock out monsters. But honestly, you don't actually even need a whole lot of Slugger. It's just extra stun power just because, but you're shooting so much sticky ammo, you're gonna get 3 to 4 knockouts per quest, maybe 5 if your whole team isn't really doing a lot of damage, I suppose. Because like I said, this is a build that is better in a team situation, in my opinion, because you literally just trivialize the fight and then your teammates can go ham on the monster. And then next we also have Fortify level 1. You only actually need level 1 with this. Every single time we die, we get our attack increased, which is very important, especially if you're playing by yourself. So very handy skill. It only takes 1 point. Just slot it in. And Resuscitate level 1 came from our helmet earlier, improves our invasion and reduced stamina depletion when afflicted with abnormal status effects. So really good stuff there. It is a single point skill. It just comes with the helmet. Very good. Okay, but going into a barrier to entry build, we are going with the early sticky light bowgun right here. Our character looks a little silly, as you can see, but I chose to show what you would look like without layered armor, because this might be for somebody who, well, they don't have layered armor equipped yet. This is like early guiding lands type stuff. Actually, we're not looking too bad, actually. I feel like it kind of blends in well. But starting off with this build, we do have the Dober Greaves Alpha Plus. This has 2 points of attack boost and also has 2 points of Mushroom Mancer. We are just using this for the attack boost mostly. It's also an easy piece of equipment to make. It does come with 1 level 2 slot. And next we have the Demon Lord Leather Belt Alpha. So I'm going to teach you a secret, or maybe a secret to some of you, as I actually just recently discovered this myself. I never knew this the entire time I was playing Monster Hunter World, and like I said, I have played this game since the launch of it. Never found this out until literally like the other day. So as you can see here, the Demon Lord Leather Belt Alpha Plus, it takes 1 Fun Fright ticket to obtain. This is one of those seasonal event things that rotates every couple weeks or so. I can't actually remember how long. So this event might not roll around, or you might miss it by the time you're watching this video. I'm going to teach you. It doesn't matter. As long as you have 1 event going on, you can get tickets for that and you can trade them at the Elder Melder, which I'm going to show you how to do it right now. So as you can see right here, we can meld the VIP Fun Fright ticket. We can also meld the very normal Fun Fright ticket. But it only takes is 3 of the other tickets from any other of the seasonal event things that happen every once in a while. It is 3 for 1, but that's all you need is 3 tickets to get that 1 piece of equipment. And maybe you might need to make some other pieces of equipment for some of these builds, or you want to unlock some of that armor. They have some really good skills on them, actually. So if you're early in Iceborne or Master Rank, I suggest you take a look at those pieces of armor, especially because the other materials required to craft them usually aren't too bad to get. So as long as you have 1 event going on, you have a few VIP tickets, you can craft what you need. And I think for that other one, you actually just needed the normal Front Fright ticket. So if you have a bunch of Joyful tickets here, as you can see, I could create a bunch of them if I really wanted. But getting back to the build, of course, we are using the Demon Lord Leather Belt Alpha Plus. Like I said, a really good piece of equipment. It has free element ammo up level 3. So that ticket thing I just showed you, use that to get this piece of equipment if the event is not around at the time that you were watching this video. It's really important. But it has 2 level 1 slots. Really good stuff. We are using the Zora Magdaros Beta, and Alpha for the claws, the hide, and the headgear. Claws have flinch-free level 2, a level 4, and a level 1 decoration slot. Zora Hide Beta Plus has Tremor Resistance level 2, a level 4, and a level 2 slot. And the Zora Headgear has 2 level 2 slots. It also has the missing point of Flinch Free that you needed for full Flinch Free, and has Artillery level 2. So that's why this is a very good piece of equipment as well. But for the weapon, we have the Blackwing Bowgun level 1. This is a Garuga light bowgun. It shouldn't be too hard to get as long as you've been to the guiding lands before. We are also using 2 recoil suppressors and 2 evading reloads, just like the last bowgun. And then next for the charm, we are using using the Artillery Charm 3. It gets us all 3 points of artillery that we need, and with the 2 points coming from the Zora headgear here, we get max artillery. I'll show you with the secret skill as we go over the skills here in a second. But first, the decoration screen. As I said, very easy build to get into for the sticky light bowgun. I'm not even really using decorations. I just have some vitality slotted in and a fortitude attack jewel. Otherwise, going into the skills, we have the Zora Magdaros Essence. This is because we are wearing 3 pieces of Zora Magdaros armor. Increases our artillery skill to the maximum level of the secret. So it does give us artillery level 5 over on the right there. But the actual skills, starting off, we have Zora Magdaros Essence because we are wearing 3 pieces. It increases the artillery skill to level 5. And we're going to show you right here. Artillery level 5 increases the power of each attack by 50% for the sticky ammo, just like the last build that we showed with the meta build of the sticky light bowgun. There's a lot of skills I've already went over. Attack boost level 3, just some extra raw damage. Health boost, we need this because we aren't getting our health boost from the Fatalis armor. So please slot this in, you guys, please. Ammo up is also really good. It expands the clip size. We have flinch free. We have flint. Oh my god. We have flinch free level 3. God, that's a tongue twister. Prevents knockbacks and other reactions to small damage. We also have tremor resistance level 2. This is a nice handy skill to not be annoyed by monsters, I suppose. And we have mushroom answer level 2. This is I guess just an extra skill, because we are building some odd pieces of equipment. And of course we have Fortify because I have a Fortitude attack jewel there, because Fortify is really good, you guys, especially if you're playing by yourself. Give it a try. But that is it for the barrier to entry build on this weapon. Not a lot of pieces you see very often, but culminating in artillery level 5, some attack boosts, you got your health up, you got ammo up. This is a way to get the sticky ammo build rolling. It really is. So this next build is a heavy bowgun spread build with a shield mod. You don't have to have the shield mod, but I like having the shield mod because it just feels so ridiculous to have a shotgun that has an impenetrable shield on it. Yes, you heard me right. This is a shotgun type playstyle. Spread ammo, just the name of the game is being up close and shooting a spread shot to the monster's face over and over and over again. This build is absolutely ridiculous. And if you can combine something like the impact mantle with it, you can get stuns that way, although some of the heavy bowguns do have access to sticky ammo, but you can have some really fun ways of playing this build. A spread heavy bowgun doesn't have to have shield mods on it. You can go pure DPS on this build. But like I said, I like being able to tank hits and then throwing a hit back. It's the absolute most amount of defense in terms of a really good build where you just keep your weapon out. You're barely touchable, and when you're not touchable, you're just blasting the monster in the face. Absolutely broken. So let's get into the build. If you skipped ahead to this point of the video in the light bowgun pre-summary type deal, I said before that we do have a very meta build, but I'm also including a very budget build, so you can test this build out and really see if it's for you by crafting some equipment that is really easy to make. So without further ado, let's talk about the build. And I have gone over this before in one of my earlier videos on the channel, but I'm going over it again because this is a very meta version of that build that I already covered. But this build just deserves so much recognition. I think this is the easiest and most broken build in Monster Hunter World Iceborne, hands down. There might be other builds that outperform it. I'm not really sure. The general consensus among most players, or even veteran players, or just longtime players of Iceborne and World, is that this build just comes up all the time as being super easy to use and super strong. So pay attention to everything that I'm going over here. It's some really good stuff, of course, but it just culminates in one of the easiest playstyles in the game. So starting off with the equipment on this one, we are using 4 pieces of Fatalis again. The only difference here is we have the Dragon Barbs Alpha Plus, but the Dragon Feet Evade Window, the Alpha Plus, has 3 points of Crit Eye and 1 point of Weakness Exploit. It comes with 1 level 4 and 2 level 3 decoration slots. This is very good, and you'll see why with the decoration decorations that we are using there, we're able to squeeze out an extra point of critical eye, I believe, because so let's see, the Dragon Barbs beta. Oh yeah, that's right. Of course, we're squeezing out an extra point of crit eye and weakness X point when we're using the alpha here. Wow, really good stuff. Even I kind of forgot that for a second here. But skipping over this, we are going up to the Rime Guard Helm Gamma. Again, this is the same helm that we used before. Actually, I just realized the only main difference in this build is the Alpha Dragon Barbs here. So yeah. But next, going into the weapon, we are using the Safi's Burst Cannon. This has the custom mods on the right of the Close Range Up mod and 4 shield mods. You can use however many shield mods you want. But this is the easiest way to play the build without getting destroyed by the monster that you're fighting. Like I said, you can probably take on like Tempered Furious Rajang with this, and the Mew is #1 quest, which I consider to be one of the hardest quests in the game. And the Close Range Up is just for a little extra damage, actually. As far as awakened abilities go, we have Spread Capacity level 3 on this bad boy in the bottom right, you see there. And we also have Attack Increase 15, combining all 3 of those Attack Increase 5s. And we have a Recoil Suppressor to boot. And of course, we are using the Challenger Charm level 5. The booster and the mantle, use what you like. I actually like the health booster here though, because when you're wearing the Rocksteady mantle, you are prone to damage. Even though you are guarding a lot with the shield mods on this weapon, the health boost is nice if you are not using a health regen augment on this weapon. And actually, in particular, I am using Attack Increase 2 and 1 Defense Increase 1. We're really squeezing out as much damage as we can on this bad boy. Of course, for the meta decorations on this one, feel free to pause the video again. But as you can see, we are using some Iron Wall release jewels to get our guard up. And we are getting a little bit of guard from the Iron Wall Jewel 4 down here. We do have a shield guard up jewel as well, so we can guard ordinarily unblockable attacks, as it says. And remember I was talking about the Dragon Barbs Alpha earlier? Well, we are using 2 spread jewel level 3s. Spread only comes from a jewel level 3 slot. So on the right, as you can see, those are the skills we went over before, where we squeezed out an extra critical eye and weakness exploit. And so we're able to get our spread jewel 3s in here. It's kind of like a perfect fit, honestly. We got a lot of bang for our buck on this piece of equipment here, the Dragon Barbs Alpha instead of the Beta this time around. But going into the skills for this build, we are using the Fatalis Legend as I went over before with the light bowgun. But for people who have skipped over that part in the video and skipped over here, this removes the skill level cap for secret skills. And Fatalis Legend 4 grants us true spare shot on our weapon, meaning that we can fire for free a lot of the time. It's just a random chance that it procs. Health and stamina is at 100 pretty much always, so this negates the need for slotting in your health boost. And we are of course using attack boost level 7, agitator level 7. The difference here is we are using a more defensive heavy bowgun build. This is guard level 5, massively decreases the impact of attacks and reduces stamina depletion by 50%. Critical Eye level 4 is the most that we could squeeze out of this defensive build, but honestly, you don't actually need a whole lot of Critical Eye on this build because we are running Agitator and Weakness Exploit and Critical Boost, of course, so the monster's going to be mad all the time, which increases our affinity. But next up, we have Free Element, Ammo Up, draws out 100% of Hidden Element, not useful here, but expands clip size for most ammo, and that does work on our spread ammo. We have Critical Boost, increases the damage of critical hits. Weakness Exploit level 3. Attacks that hit weak spots have 30% increased affinity, extra 20% on wounded parts, so a total of 50% when you have tenderize the face, and that is generally where you're going to be shooting with this weapon. Divine Blessing level 3, we are not going for level 5 on this build because we are blocking a ton already. Level 3 is just nice. It's a very nice skill to have, even without the level 5 secret. We are using Coalescence level 3, of course. While active, grants 18 true raw. And going over the spread decorations earlier, that granted us level 2, increasing the attack power of spread ammo. Evade window level 2 is also just here because of the Fatalis armor pieces. If you, for some reason, did want to evade, actually, maybe you're trying to get to a safe spot to reload, this might come in handy. And Fortify, of course, just really good. You get a whole 20% attack increase on top of everything that we already have here, making this build super, super broken. And we have Resuscitate from the Rime Guard Helm Gamma, of course, but we have Guard Up as well, as we shown before. You can block attacks that you normally would not be able to block. And going into the budget version of this build, we have the early spread heavy bowgun. I didn't name it anything fancy. This is what you will look like if you do not have layered armor. It's actually not a bad look either. I'm actually pretty surprised. This one actually is using a lot of different pieces here. First off, we have the Lavazieth Greaves Beta Plus. This gives us 1 point of spread decoration and 1 fire attack. The fire attack is pretty much useless, but it does come with a level 4 and a level 1 decoration slot. Next up, we are using the Demon Lord Leather Belt Alpha again. This is a very good piece of equipment for bowguns. If you are starting to get into them, you just need to wear this bad boy. Next, we have the Kaiser Van Braces Beta Plus. This is the Teostra arms. This is weakness X point level 1 as heat guard as well. So that's actually pretty nice to have just as a free skill. It does have a level 4 and level 3 decoration slot. The Kieran Jacket Alpha Plus. This gives us 3 levels of critical eye and 1 point of divine blessing. Comes with a level 3 and a level 2 decoration slot. Next, we have the Demon Lord Hair Alpha Plus. This gives us 3 points of guard up. Level 3 guard on this one piece of equipment. Super broken, you guys. Level 4 decoration slot to boot. You will need, of course, the ticket for this, but I shown you a very easy way before to get these tickets. For the weapon, we are using Lightning Plus. This is not a Safi weapon. We do not have the special awakened abilities in the bottom right. Nor do we have any augments on this because this is not a fully upgraded weapon. This is just a very good spread heavy bowgun to get into. And there is even an upgrade after this that goes into the bowgun known as Loyal Thunder, which is still very popular even amongst the very end game of Iceborne. As for a charm, this is not a fully decked out charm. We have the Exploiter Charm 2. I didn't want to cap it out because I'm showing something early that you can get, of course. The mantle, same thing as before. Pick whatever is most comfy for you. I like Rocksteady and Temporal, especially because this is another shield build. On the right, as you can see, I almost forgot to mention for the weapon, we are using 1 recoil suppressor, 1 close range up, and 3 shield mods on this heavy bowgun. Going into the decorations, not a lot to see here. Again, we do have Vitality slotted in for health up. We have a Fortitude Expert up here. Going into the actual, well, active skills of the build, skipping down here, we have Critical Eye level 7. Grants us 40% affinity. Next, we have a health boost level 3. We have free element ammo up, as we've gone on before. Expands your clip size. Weakness exploit level 3. Have extra affinity when you're attacking weak spots and wounded spots from clutch claw attacks. Guard, it reduces knockbacks and stamina depletion when guarding. We don't have level 5 because we aren't using the meta build. Level 3 greatly decreases the impact of attacks and reduces stamina depletion by 15%. It's not a whole whopping 50% from the level 5, but 15 is not bad. Divine Blessing level 3, very good defensive skill. Heat Guard is just extra because of the Teostra arms. The Kaiser Van Braces nullifies damage from heat, so you never need to drink cool drinks. And skipping on the fire attack, it is useless here, and the slinger capacity, I guess, I mean, it's kind of useless, but I guess you could get some use out of it if you want more ammo for your slinger, but the heavy bowgun doesn't really make a whole lot of use out of that. We do have spread level 1 though. We do not have level 2. If you have the decoration for it, I highly suggest you slot it in on the Kaiser Van Braces there. As you can see, there's a level 3 decoration slot right here. So if you do have this jewel somehow, slot it in right there. Otherwise, ending the build, we have Fortify again. I've gone over this on pretty much every single build. Great for single and solo players. And yeah, that's it for the budget build. Honestly, the budget build for this one is actually pretty good compared to the sticky light bowgun. I like this a lot. It uses a lot of unique pieces of equipment, as you can see. I wanted to bring something that wasn't just Fatalis armor, especially for people who are wondering about like the most broken builds, but they're not at the end game of Iceborne. Like I shown in the light bowgun build as well, it used a lot of Zora Magdaros armor, and that is also something I believe you can only craft once you get to the Guiding Lands. But you actually just grab that from like materials and stuff, actually. So that's also kind of easy to make. You just need to be far enough in the story, honestly. So 2 really strong broken builds, and like I said, this isn't like my consensus. I did a lot of research. I asked around. These just happen to be two of the strongest builds in Monster Hunter World, and these aren't the only two. We have 14 weapons, you know? I personally am a fan of the really strong builds, the really fun builds, the builds that don't really do anything too crazy, but they're still extremely strong and viable. Or like the Immortal build, which I also covered on the channel earlier and recently. But yeah, I just wanted to show off two builds today. I am going to be pumping out a lot more content coming up. I feel like I say that a lot, but this time it's definitely true. My schedule has freed up a lot, so I'm going to have a lot more time for that, you guys. But that's it for today on those two. Do you want to see other super powerful builds on the channel, or do you want more fun builds? Are you a player that's already used these builds, and what do you think of them? And for a question that isn't pertaining to this video, what is your favorite weapon, and why? Seriously, please let me know in the comments down below. I take the time to get to most of them, and I really truly appreciate your feedback, as it really helps me narrow down what kind of content you guys want to see. Also, side note, Dragon's Dogma 2 is releasing very, very soon, and I'm going to be trying to cover some content on Dragon's Dogma 2. I haven't really branched off into a lot of games on this channel, but I want the chance to try, especially as it is another action RPG by Capcom. I have heard a lot of support from the viewers of this channel already, and I can't truly thank you enough for supporting me, even though I haven't even uploaded any videos on Dragon's Dogma 2. But I do plan to play the hell out of it and cover some things on it. So if you see one of my videos uploaded on it, please consider checking it out and clicking on it, and maybe give it a like. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. I have a goal of reaching 30,000 subs by the end of the year, but more importantly, before Monster Hunter Wilds comes out, and every little bit helps. But that's it for today, guys and gals. I'm signing off. This has been Terroriza, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!